Ah, ah, you sick bastards. You sick bastards. You sick bastards. I want to make it very clear who I'm speaking of, right? Who I'm talking about when I say Ned Flanders, It was a dude that I considered, at that time, I considered my closest male friend, right? Like my closest, tightest friend. This was back in 2020, 2021, right? So if I didn't know you before, if I didn't know you, if I didn't know you before 2021 and before, then it's like, has nothing to do with you, right? Well, this is who I consider my closest male friend. 2021. I think we met at the end of 2019. But it was I considered it at least my closest, tightest male friend, right? And he would dress the reason I said Ned Flanders because he would dress sort of Ned Flandersy, like a polo or a dress shirt, always tucked in, like some dress pants. Ned Flanders, like Ned Flanders, like Ned, what's it called? Like clean cut Ned Flandersy. And this is not even nothing against nerds, right? Because I'm using it as a description. As a description to get the picture and kind of like, because I have friends that are, I have and have always had friends that are nerds and LGBT, everything, right? Like, I don't even gotta explain myself. I'm just using that as a description, right? He would dress dirty and clean cut with shirt tucked in and dress pants, cut short hair with glasses, I don't know. Oh yeah, he was really into Infowars and shit like this, conspiracy, a little something. And I remember something. This is a thing. He shared a lot of the same opinions as me. Just that really good, like better at playing the game and better at putting on a front and putting on a front and faking it and trying to always look right, always look nice and correct. But he shared a lot of the same opinions with me. I know we talked a lot, like we would just get into deep, long conversations, right? And I was like, shit, we have a lot of the same opinions, right? But then when someone would he would be like, no comment, right? Like, that's the difference, right? When someone would ask him, he would be like, no comment. Yes, he would just give the correct the political answer, the correct answer, right? And I would just be like, say my honest opinion, right? Because I've always been like that. Like, I don't force myself on anybody, but if they ask me something, I'm gonna like tell them from the heart, right? And not in a mean-spirited way, because I'm not a mean guy or a bully. If they ask me, right, I'm gonna say it like my honest opinion, right? He talking about the conspiracy shit with him. I remember one time me and him and this other guy were talking, and he was like, he said out in the open in public, we all know that this virus is fake, right? He said, like, he was like, oh, we all know that the cow virus, the CV, that thing, that scam or whatever, that invisible thing. He said, right, we all know this. Ned Flanders said, we all know this virus is fake, right? And then we start laughing, right? We just start laughing. So he had a lot of the same opinions, but he just was good at faking and putting on the correct, giving the correct answer. Sure to always look nice and politically correct. And trying to make it clear who I'm talking about. Now, I'm reflecting, thinking about it, right? Like, am I actually mad about it? Because something I probably was not even thinking about, like, nobody, right? Like, I probably was not even thinking. But the fact that he reached out, and I'm like, why would I talk to you now, right? Like, I don't know, like, unless he's gonna apologize. I doubt it, because it seems like he's actually a little more arrogant. I remember back then, 2021, in that a little period of time, where I was probably like out of my mind, out of my mind. I was out of my mind, like having like too much fun, probably having too much fun, out of my mind, and I would act cocky sometimes, but all in good fun. Right? I never really myself like that. Right? It was all in good fun. I was actually a super nice, humble person. Even still, right now, I still am, right? Just that I wouldn't blast that shit over, right? Like, I remember one time, one time, well, to finish up on that, right? Even at that time, at that period of time when I was out of my mind and having too much fun, and I would act cocky as fuck, all in good fun, right? It was not like I didn't take it dead serious, like, oh shit, I'm that's right. It was all in good fun. Even at that time, it was nice. I was just like thought it was but even at that time, when I was having too much fun and out of my mind, and it's exactly what it looked like and all that shit, right? I'm just kidding. Even at that time, I was humble enough to apologize to him, right? And I remember when nobody was around for this, right? So fuck, right? But I remember even at that time, even at that time, I was humble enough to go apologize, right? Like, sincerely, right? And he was like, this is what he told me, but nobody was around for this, so I don't know. He was like, I don't accept your apology, and it means nothing to me, right? Or he said something like that, like, I don't accept your apology, and it means nothing to me, or your apology means nothing to me, or something like that, right? And I was like, yeah, what the fuck? So I just left, right, feeling like, what the fuck? I just left feeling like, what the fuck? And then it was never the same after that, right? Oh man, I had another good bit about this that was fucking funny. Hold on. Oh yeah, why? Even at my cockiest, I was actually a nice guy, right? And then, but right now, he's probably apologize right now. I was thinking, like, if he was to apologize, would I accept it? And I'm like, I don't think he would ever apologize. He seems like too arrogant to apologize, right? I'm trying to bring out the fact that I was humble enough to apologize, but I don't think he would do it, right? If he would humble himself enough to apologize, I might be like, it's all good, right? Right? But I don't think. But so yeah, like this all transpired 2020, end of 2021, right? I whatever. I apologized and he didn't accept it. And then shortly after that, I was going through some shit and I reached out, and he blew me off and ignored me. He blew me off, ignored me. Yeah, just and then after that, when I really needed him to be on my side, when I really needed someone to be on my side right at that time when it really would have counted for him to be there, right? On my side and shit, right? And he blew me off, like, right? I was like, "What's this?" And proceeded to, after that, proceeded to avoid me and act like I was dead and didn't exist. Didn't exist for a year and a half, right? Until recently, like 2 weeks ago, he reached out, right? So yeah, if I didn't know you in 2021, 2020, you know, 'cause I don't know, had nothing to do with you. It's one specific person, right? Thinking about it, like I'm not really that mad, right? But like, I think it just, I think what bothered me was that he acted like he avoided me and acted like I was dead. What's it called? He avoided me and acted like I was dead to him and didn't exist for a year and a half. For some reason, I'm like, wow, like I was like, wow, like what's up with that? You know, like what's going on? But if he was to humble himself enough, like I was, you know, back then I was humble enough to apologize. If he was to humble himself and apologize to me, like, yeah, I accept, right? It's all good, but I don't ever do that. He seems like too arrogant to do that. So my cocky thing was like an act, like just to be funny, right? But he's actually, I think he seems like he's actually arrogant and shit. He's actually. Somebody was saying him. How else can I make this more specific? He was really into Infowars. Oh yeah, he shared a lot of the same opinions. I remember him out in the open, like, oh, we all know this virus is fake, right, guys? And we just laughed. And then one time speaking about it, we were saying, oh, as artists, we were like, me and him were talking. We would have deep combos, right? And like as artists, and he shared the same exact opinion. Just that, I'm sure if you asked him right now, he would give the politically correct answer. He would, now that he's been reprogrammed, he would probably, if you asked him about, you know, TV and that stuff, you know, the flu, if you asked him about the flu, you know, he would probably be, oh no, I always took it seriously. I knew. Did you? Oh, but laugh. You made the ultimate joke about that. And you know he was like deep into Infowars and shit like that. But yeah, one time we were talking and I was like, must have been 2020 or 2021, right? We were like talking about as artists, like we shouldn't be boxed down, like we shouldn't be put in a one-dimensional box, and like our whole identity side identity. It's like saying like it was like saying like there's a black it was like equivalent to like there's a black, think of a better example. Does a Chinese artist born in America, right? Does his whole identity as an artist has to be about Chinese, you know, Chinese things, Chinese heritage, Chinese culture? We were talking about that, right? Like seriously, and he agreed 100%. He was like, yeah, like our whole identity shouldn't have to be that. So do other things that have nothing to do with you know that, right? Or some, right? And he was saying that he even brought that, getting really specific. He brought that up like at some town hall or some like Zoom meeting that has to do with the art. He brought that up, and you know our whole identity shouldn't have to be this. You know what I mean? And that somebody got mad or whatever. There's a place. It exists for a purpose. It serves a purpose, and it's meaningful, and it serves a purpose, and there's always going to be a place for it, right? Because that's even me. That's part of me, right? Even right now, a lot of my art, some of my art, has to do with that also, right? Because it's like it's a side of you that you won't escape, right? Maybe even subconsciously, like it'll come out, like double. What's it called? A double. I can't think. Double meaning. What's it called? Jokes that have a double meaning, like a double side, double meaning. It's like I do that a lot. And even in my artwork, right? Like jokes, humor that has to do with double meaning. Double meaning. So just getting real specific with who it is, right? It was Alexander. So if I didn't, I don't even talk to nobody that I knew back then. Right? I don't even talk to nobody that I knew back like in 2020 and 2021, right? So this is a very specific that would dress with his shirt tucked in and dress pants and dress like polo, like real clean cut, nerdy Ned Flanders era.